Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be closing out my budget for the month of April as well as updating you with my net worth update. So here is the first page of my monthly planner. It's the monthly overview where I have my bills up top and any expenses that I have throughout the month. And these lighter stickers are from Planner Kate. I purchased them, but I ran out, so I decided to make my own, which is where these darker stickers come in. And then I also made my own icons with an icon pack that I purchased. I'll go ahead and leave that linked down below. And then I have these payday stickers from Nicole Hutch Designs. These two are my boyfriend's and this one is mine. And then I think I mentioned this before, but whenever I have a purchase, like for example, on the 6th, I went to Target, and whenever I have a purchase where I buy an item from more than one category, so in this case, we bought some groceries, household products, as well as some date night items, then instead of having 3 different stickers in the monthly spread and cluttering up everything, I like to have this appointment label from Planner Kate on the side where I give a breakdown of the total. So I have the total on this sticker in the monthly spread and then the breakdown of the categories in the sidebar. Since I had no other use for the sidebar, I thought I would take advantage of that blank space. The next page is the dashboard page. So this is where I have the budget overview. And I guess we'll go ahead and get started with this. The first section is my income, which pretty much was to be expected. So my salary is always the same. I didn't roll anything over, but I did have a miscellaneous income. So this month I actually earned my first check from Share a Sale. So thank you to everyone who has been using my links down below. I really appreciate that. I earned like $50 some, but I divided into 3 categories, one for spending, one for saving, and one for taxes. And this is the amount that the spending category came to. So I'm just going to transfer the money from my Missy Brie account to my personal account to kind of pay myself back for those purchases. So my total income ended up being $2,296.53 this month, which was $1,757 more than I expected. And again, the expenses are normal, and the Snowball I will calculate at the end. The next dashboard page has the cash envelope breakdown, which I've already stuffed my cash envelopes for the month. My goals, which you can see I only accomplished one of them, the under budget date night, which you'll see we did not do this month. For date night, which is the reason why this was a big goal, and I'm pretty sure I explained this in my Budget With Me April video, but Colton's parents came to visit us for the week, and the money that we were going to spend on that trip was coming from date night, and the goal was to under budget, and we did not. But you know what? That's okay. We still have the money, so it's fine. And then at the bottom, the next section is extras, which is where if I have any extra money at the end of the month, I put it into 2 or however many categories. This month it's moving and our wedding. And since nothing's checked off, as you can see, we kind of went over budget this month by a lot. So I wasn't able to put anything extra into these funds. And then the last section down here is just tracking my no spend days. My goal was to have 15 and I actually did have 15. So I'm happy about that. So moving into the actual budget, the first section is bills, and these are exactly the same. So there's nothing to really talk about there. Next is variable, and I only have one category here, and that is just miscellaneous spending. This is kind of like my catch-all, and I went way over budget in this category. I ended up spending $121, so I went over by around $71. And to be honest, I can't really even think of what I spent money on. I know I did a lot of like random fast food this month. I typically don't at all, but this month I really wanted to, and I know I bought a new, a water pressure flosser thing, and that's where some of this came from as well. So I typically don't go over this much in spending if I go over at all. So it was just one of those months where you just messed up a little, and you know what? It's okay. And so again, wedding, this is one of the items I'm saving for. I wasn't able to put any additional money into the wedding fund because I didn't have any money left over at the end of the month. So the new total is $775 in that fund. The next section is sinking funds, and I did pretty well. I only spent in 2 categories this month, medical and toiletries. And toiletries was where I went over a lot in, oh, not actually even that much. It was only $10. It was still overage, and I've been going over in toiletries quite a bit lately, and I think it's just because I need to bump up the amount of money that I contribute to it each month. I just don't have the money to do so. So that's why I've been going over a little bit, but I'm hoping to kind of curb this habit, and hopefully it'll be better so that I will have enough money left over to actually be able to roll over to the following month and replenish this fund. Up next is the other category that I'm saving for. Oh, this one my boyfriend and I are both contributing to, and this is moving. And we, again, since we were over budget, we weren't able to put any additional money towards the moving fund. So we were put what we budgeted as $400. So now we have a little over $4,000 saved up for the move, and our goal is $7,500. And that, by my projections, we should be reaching in July, which is when we are moving. So we should have enough money for this move, which is a really relaxing and good thought. The next page is just my joint breakdown. I went over this in my Budget With Me video. There's nothing new here. Same with the transfer amounts. And then here is where there is a little bit of an update. I update my credit score every month, and this month it was 752. And I believe this actually went up from last month. Let me just double check what March was. Oh yeah, 739. So it went up by quite a bit, a little bit over 10 points. So that's really good. I'm happy with the 750 score. And then the next section, which is the last section to update, is my net worth update. So my total assets, so your net worth is calculated by your assets minus your liabilities. My total assets is worth around $22,000. And since I do not have any liabilities, that is what my total net worth is. So $22,122.67. And I think this went up from last month as well. Yes, it did, by a little under, so around $800. And I'm pretty sure some of that, the majority of that is from retirement, and then just continuing our savings in our accounts as well. And then here is just a quick overview of what the joint budget looked like. Again, like I mentioned before, we did go over in date night by $77, which, considering it was a vacation, really isn't that much, but we shouldn't have gone over in the first place. So we will try to do better in future months. But because we were under in groceries, our net overage was only around $50. So it's not terrible, but we also did go over in household a little bit. I forgot what big thing we purchased this month. I think it's probably from Target. We made a few Target runs recently, which is not the best idea for our budget, but it is what it is. So total for our joint budget, we ended up going over by around $65 or so. And because Colton and I split this fund, this is only going to be, I'm only responsible for half of that. So I'm going to calculate what that is so I can calculate my Snowball number for the overview page. Okay, so my portion of this overage is only $33.34. And so let's just calculate how much I went over in other categories as well. So there's $9.99 from toiletries, and then $71.82 from spending. So that gives me a total amount over of $115.15, which means I really only went over by $110.83 since I had this money set aside for any miscellaneous overages anyway. So 110 is a lot of money. Luckily, I do have some savings where this is pulled from, so it's not like I'm going into debt any further, but I would like to have this number be positive so that I can be putting even more money into savings instead of taking from it to cover this overage. So that is all for my April budget check-in today. Let me know what goals you guys worked on down in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.